What up, this is Dylan from Local Injection Music Reviews, and today I am reviewing the album Cry Forever by Gold Coast singer-songwriter Amy Shark. I am a huge fan of this girl. She is my celebrity crush, and this is her sophomore full-length album. It was released on the 30th of April 2021 through Wonderlic under Sony Music, and she actually built a studio in her house to record this album from home, which is pretty cool. The album was predominantly produced by longtime collaborator M-Phasers, who is one of the main producers for one of my other idols, Illy. The album has 13 tracks, 6 of which were singles and 2 of them with features. And these are Amy Shark's most vulnerable songs yet. They're more acoustic, they're more deeply personal, and she covers themes of heartbreak, dejection, and contempt. Amy Shark has this unique ability of being able to teleport herself back to a specific time in her life, down to the point where she can describe what she was wearing or what each of her senses were picking up on to paint that perfect picture. Going through the album, the opening track, The Wolves, opens with these ominous synth and strings, and she's got this distinct, innocent inflection in her breathy voice, something that has captured the world since her debut EP, Night Thinker. There's M-Phasers' signature busy, modern boom-bap drums, chopped vocal samples which are used quite a bit throughout her music, as well as a distant, chanted harmony in the bridge. This song is about the darker side of the music industry, and she refers to those certain business people as wolves coming to take what they can from her for exploitation. The next song on the album, Everybody Rise, was one of the lead singles, and it was produced by New Zealand's Joel Little, who has also produced for big artists such as Taylor Swift and Lorde. It opens with this delicate pizzicato, and then you've also got this snap and tambourine when the percussion comes in to give a slow build to this really big pop chorus. Again, you've got chopped vocal samples throughout the song. This song is about people worshipping her. Who would do that? When she is just a normal person like you or I. This is reflected in the chorus in lines like, everybody cries like I do. Amy's always been quite good at writing visual lyrics, and she uses this in the verse in lines like, all these years I've been a ghost to you, put your hands on me, they'll go straight through. The next song on the album is Worst Day of My Life, and it has catchy, upbeat picked acoustic guitar despite the darker lyrics of the song. There's quite minimalistic percussion with vocals soaked in reverb and delay, and it's about feigning confidence and downplaying heartbreak to try and show the world that you're okay when really on the inside you're falling apart. And this is perfectly summarized in lines like, please don't ask me how I am, I'm alright, but this could be the worst day of my life. She has her bad days, and this is just one of those songs that reminds you she is an ordinary person. The next song on the album, Come On, featuring legendary drummer Travis Barker, was another one of the lead singles, and this is by far my favorite track on the album. Amy collaborated with Mark on the song Psycho from her last record, Love Monster, so really we're just waiting on that Tom collab, Amy. This song is beautifully written and brilliantly executed. You've got a delicate, melancholic piano melody which is contrasted by huge drums with a long decay. There's rhythmic staccato strings and a syncopated breakbeat with a loose snare and open hats which make the song feel less refined. Something I remember about this song the first time I heard it that really stood out to me was the gunshot sound effect on the line, one shot and watch the birds all fly away, which is a really clever line on its own, but something like that just made it stand out to avid listeners like myself. This is another song about the music industry and how it has changed her to become somebody she doesn't want to be. The next song on the album, All the Lies About Me, was another single, and it's probably one of the most vulnerable songs in her catalog. You've got a very heartfelt vocal performance over fast-picked acoustic guitar with strings and quite minimal kick. And the song is about people having unjust opinions and just taking the hits as an artist without getting involved and going down that rabbit hole. This is pretty much summed up in the chorus when she says, you're making up shit and you know it, picking up my heart just to throw it. It really puts things into perspective as a listener and how your words can have actions with negative implications on the artist who is just giving you a piece of their heart and soul in the form of art. The next song on the album, Miss You, is one of the most playful songs on here. You've got these washed out drums before layered percussion comes into the forefront of the mix, picked acoustic guitar and modulated 808 bass, as well as warm vocals with layered falsetto harmonies. something Amy Shark does quite a lot throughout her music. And the song itself is about the rush of lust within a new and exciting forbidden love, particularly the way that she sings "Miss You" in the last line of the chorus sounds innocent but is rather entreating to whoever she wrote the song for. The next song on the album, Love Songs Ain't For Us, featuring Keith Urban, was another big single. It was actually co-written by Ed Sheeran at one of his studios in Suffolk, England, and it's kind of an anti-love song. It's written in 6/8, it's a vocal duet, you've got picked acoustic and electric slide guitar, as well as some nice keys and strings to flesh it out, and it's about forgiving flaws in a relationship and celebrating love without the sappiness, with lines in the chorus like, "It's a deep cut, crazy rush to feel like us." The next song, "I'll Be Yours," is one of my favorites on this album. It's just dripping with heartache, but it also makes you feel so full. It's got minimal production with reverberant drums, soaring synths, and slow-picked electric guitar. And interestingly, it has a musical refrain rather than a lyrical bridge around the middle eight to really let the song breathe. The song itself is about finding love somewhere unexpected, but realizing that it's actually everything that you've wanted. Moving on, we have the song "You'll Never Meet Anyone Like Me Again." This song has bright acoustic guitar in the first verse, with soft keys and warm strings in the chorus that changes to quite a dark chord progression, which is kind of unsuspecting but takes it in a really interesting new direction. You've got more of these layered falsetto vocals which really reflect the fragility of the line in the chorus, "Some might die." She's referring to planting flowers in a relationship and how some of them may blossom and become beautiful, whereas some may wither and decay. In a nutshell, the song is about caring too much, sometimes to her detriment, something that I think a lot of her listeners can relate to, and this was almost surmised perfectly in the title of her last record, Love Monster, so this album, Cry Forever, is almost a continuation of that motive. The next song on the album, That Girl, features picked electric guitar, warm pads, and like a glassy, jarring synth. It's got repetitive but quite interesting production, and it's about being cheated on, then obsessing over that other girl. You've got more of these visual lyrics like, "I crack my neck from side to side." It's a short, punchy song that shows a side of Amy that she most likely doesn't really like about herself, but I imagine writing this and putting it on the album was quite cathartic to get rid of that phase of her life. The next song on the album, Lonely Still, is another one of my favorites on here. It's got fast-picked acoustic guitar with quite a simple drum beat, going with that idea that less is more, which really works for this song in particular. You've got distant vocal melodies in the chorus, and it's about dwelling instead of moving on when the other person already has. I think one of my favorite lines in this song is, "You call it off, we split the bill, take care of yourself." It kind of carries on that theme from the song Worst Day of My Life, where she just downplays a traumatic experience to keep her cool. The next song, Baby Steps, was a fan requested single. She made a post on all her socials with the track listing asking people to comment which song they wanted to hear next, and this one won the vote. It's got an opening riff that sounds so much like Barracuda by Heart, it's uncanny. You've got strummed electric guitar, a pounding kick, and these toms that really build the song to an exciting climax, just before it mellows out to this halftime outro to really give weight to the finish lines, "I'm gonna take baby steps all the way back to your door, 'cause I've been dying to know who the fuck you left me for." It's about a time when her life was a mess and the process of getting out of it with the help of her friends. And the tempo and rhythm of the song really represent that encouragement to keep going. We see more patterns of Amy's early love life in lines like, "It's always once a year I get in gear to pull my life together." The closing track on the album, titled Amy Shark, was another single, and this is probably her at her most vulnerable on this album. It really leaves you with this emptiness at the end of this album's run, and for very good reason. You've got picked acoustic guitar, keys, strings, and this haunting hummed melody with a lyrical meter that actually matches that fast delivery of the guitar. This song is about her struggle to success without the support of her estranged father. She talks about her childhood and how she had to do a lot for herself, particularly in lines like, "I pulled out my own baby teeth, the pain never seemed to bother me." And she made a tweet, I believe in 2017, saying that her father actually reached out to her after 15 years of not speaking, which she potentially makes reference to in the final line of this song, "Please just don't start now that I'm Amy Shark." This song is emotionally one of the heaviest songs she's ever released, and she has said in an interview that she will most likely never play it live, which is fair enough. The best song on the album for me is Come On featuring Travis Barker. This is a ballad turned anthem and it's a fucking banger. It's a perfect example of Amy Shark's unique alternative pop style, and I swear Travis Barker just has the Midas touch. He can turn any song he touches to gold. The best lyric on the album for me would be, I've sacrificed all my friends' birthdays, weddings, everything, and it's heartbreaking, but this is my dream, from the song Amy Shark. This line just shows how badly she wants this and how hard she's worked to get it. All in all, I would give Cry Forever by Amy Shark 9 out of 10. It is a heart-wrenching, delectable 13 tracks. You've got some really cool features on here. Because she's gotten so big so quickly, obviously the next logical step for her was to make an offering that was more vulnerable while still being able to relate to those original fans. That's it. Local Injection Music Reviews. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share, listen to local music. Peace.